Hi, hope everybody is fine. So after so many days, I got an opportunity to resume the topic motion after the first two classes. I have taken two classes. In that I think I taught you all the basics of motion, that is the concept of rest, motion, and then we learned about distance, displacement and speed. Okay, till now this is what we have learned in the previous videos. In today's class we will learn about velocity. Okay, we are going to see what is velocity, how it is measured, different kinds of velocity, the difference between speed and velocity, and we will do some numericals. Right, so many of you might have already come across this term velocity. You might have learned in your lower classes or somewhere outside, you might have learned about it. Speed and velocity both are almost similar terms, but there is a difference. Speed generally gives us an idea how fast an object is going. For example, let's say a car is going with 60 km per hour speed. It is telling how fast the car is moving on the road, but we don't get the idea regarding direction. So to know the direction, we use the concept of velocity, because in real time situation we also require velocity to understand where is the body exactly. Okay, recently I was watching a movie called Meg, M-E-G, Meg. Okay, that movie is all about underwater life, exploring underwater life, where the explorers, they go down deep down into the ocean, and they were in a trouble. They were in a trouble with a very big shark. So the people who are watching, with the help of other cameras inside the water, they will be telling to the explorers from where the enemy is coming. In their in their speakers they can listen that the enemy is coming at a speed of 50 km per hour, but unless they don't tell from which side the enemy comes, they can't respond appropriately. Am I right? Right. So in that movie, they tell that the enemy is coming 60 km per hour, 10 o'clock. 10 o'clock? 10 o'clock is not direction time, right? No. So generally the clocks is also used to tell the direction. What it means is, for example, you all know that this is in clock, this is 12, this is 6, this is 9, this is 3, and you all know this is 10. So when they are giving the information that enemy is coming at a speed of 50 km per hour, 10 o'clock, it means that you are here and enemy is coming from this side towards you. The moment they tell the direction, we can respond. We can look into that direction and we can respond. That's the importance of direction in real-time world. Maybe it is a war situation, maybe to identify a missile coming. So even in our daily life also, we want to track someone, directions are very important, right? Right. So we'll start with the definition. That is, the velocity of the body is the distance traveled by it per unit time in a definite direction. Okay, it should be in a definite direction. Velocity is equal to distance traveled in definite direction by time taken. See, it is very similar to the formula of speed. Speed is also nothing but distance traveled by time, we say. But here in velocity, we are adding this phrase in definite direction. Okay, if the direction is changing, then velocity will also change. Okay, so distance traveled in a definite direction, it is nothing but displacement. So we can write the formula for velocity as displacement by time. which is in short with the symbols we have written this way. Okay, this is velocity. You can see if I remove this, it becomes speed. If I remove this arrow, it becomes speed. Same way here, if this is displacement, if I remove this arrow, it becomes distance. Okay, so V bar is equal to S bar by T, right? Velocity is a vector quantity. So why is it a vector? Because velocity includes direction. It tells direction. For example, a car is traveling 50 km per hour due north. Okay, now that is velocity. If I say only 50 km per hour, it is speed. If I mention the direction also, then it becomes velocity. So since it is having direction, we call it as a vector quantity. Units will be the same as speed, that is meter per second or meter second inverse. The other units, these are generally SI units, standard units these are, and these are other units sometimes we can use. Okay, for very distant measurements we use kilometer per hour. Okay, right. Or for smaller one you use centimeter per second. Okay, right. This is about velocity. Right. Now we are going to learn about the various kinds of velocity. First we'll see what is uniform velocity, and then we'll see about variable velocity. So these are the two types, the uniform velocity and the variable velocity. What it means, what they mean, let us see. Let us say a car is traveling on a road. Okay, let us say this is the car. It is traveling on the road at a speed of 60 km per hour. 60 km per hour. This is a straight road. Okay, the car is traveling on a straight road. And if I split this entire journey into minutes, then let us say if this car is traveling 1 kilometer per minute. Okay, because we know that 1 hour will have 60 minutes, and in each minute if it travels 1 kilometer, that means every minute it is traveling with the same speed. Then we say that the car is traveling with a constant speed, right? So this is an example of uniform velocity. How do we define? A body is said to have uniform velocity if it covers equal distances in equal intervals of time in a particular direction. Now this is to be underlined. If it is not in a single direction, then we don't say it is uniform velocity. It becomes a variable velocity, right? We should travel in the straight road, and every time the speed should be same. It should cover equal distances in equal intervals of time. Then we say the body is moving with uniform velocity. Then what is variable velocity? It's quite opposite of it. A body is said to have variable velocity if it covers unequal intervals of distance. Okay, let me add to this: unequal distances in equal, okay, forgot to write this phrase, unequal distances in equal intervals of time in a particular direction, or if it covers equal distance and equal intervals of time but its direction keeps on changing. In both these cases it is variable velocity. Okay, I'll explain you with an example. Let us say this is a car. And this car is traveling probably, let us say, in a single direction. Okay, in the first second, let us say this is a time frame of 1 second. In 1 second, let us say it is traveling 1 meter. In the second second, it is traveling, let us say, 2 meters. In the third second, okay, it is traveling, in the third second, it is traveling 2.5 meters. Now you can see it is not traveling with the same speed. Okay, it is covering unequal distances in equal intervals of time. Interval of time is 1 second, but the distances are different. They are unequal distances which are covered in equal intervals of time in a particular direction. Then we can call this as variable velocity. That is what the first statement says. Or let us say a body is traveling with the same speed, but its direction is changing every time. Okay, for example, a person is running on a circular track. Okay, now this becomes a circular track. Let us say he is at point A, and let us say he is now heading in this way. Okay, at this point the direction will be tangential. In maths you have learned a tangent means it is the line passing through a single point on the circle. So whenever a body is moving in circular motion at a particular point, what is its direction means you just draw a tangent and you can tell that that will be the direction of the body. Okay, so let us say a person is running on a circular track. Okay, maybe he is at point A moving anti-clock. Then what is his direction? This is the direction. Okay, and let us say he is at point B now. Now what is the direction? Now again I will draw a tangent. His direction is this way. He is traveling with same 40 km per hour. 40 km per hour, or here also 40 km per hour. We'll take one more point, that is C. There also is running with 40 km per hour, but his direction is changing. So every time his direction is changing in this circular motion, maybe speed is constant. Even then, we call this as variable velocity, not constant. Okay, some other examples are a car moving on a crowded road, a man running on a circular track with constant speed. Even you can take the example of our own Earth. Earth is revolving around the sun. It is moving with constant speed, but direction is changing every time because the orbit is circular or nearly elliptical. Right? So that is the reason we call the motion of Earth or Moon as variable velocity. Okay, hope you have identified clearly what is constant velocity and variable velocity. Now we will learn about average velocity. This term average velocity, we will learn about average speed. Average velocity is quite similar to it. Okay, the formula, the definition says that when velocity of a moving body changes continuously at a uniform rate. Okay, this has to be underlined. Very important, people. Okay, when a velocity of a moving body changes continuously at a uniform rate, what it means? It means that if suppose let us say a car, okay, now this is not, let's say, it's not moving with uniform velocity, it is varying, but the way it is varying, that is at a uniform rate. For example, let us say in the first second, let's say it covered a distance of 10 meter. In the second second, it covered, let us say, at a distance of 20 meter. In the third second, it covered a distance of 40 meter. Now you could see what is happening. The way it is increasing, that is uniform. That is uniform. Okay, 10 double is 20, 20 double is 40. It is increasing uniformly. Okay, if it is not 40, if it is some 15, then in this case we will not use this formula. Okay, I would complete the statement here. When the velocity of moving body changes continuously at a uniform rate, okay, the way it is increasing, it should be uniform, then the average velocity is given by arithmetic mean of the initial and final velocities for a given period of time. Okay, so here arithmetic mean of initial and final velocities. So you can see here the formula, average velocity is equal to u plus v by 2. This is an arithmetic mean of what? Initial and final velocity. U is initial velocity, v is final velocity. Means let us say it is starting. For example, this car is starting with a velocity of, let us say, 0 meter per second. This becomes the initial. And let us say it ended up with some final velocity that is some 50 meter per second. Then what is the average speed of this car? It becomes 0 plus 50 by how much? 3 seconds. So it becomes 50 by 3. Okay, it becomes 16.3 meter per second. So that becomes the average speed of this car. Okay, I can apply only when I see there is a uniform change in that speed. Okay, first it covered 10 added more, let us say 10 more added here. Okay, uniformly it is increasing. Then we can apply the formula for average velocity as arithmetic mean of initial velocity and final velocity. Okay, hope you understood about the average velocity concept. The other way of defining average velocity is, it is the ratio of the total displacement made by the body to the total time taken by the body. The first formula, it says that average velocity is equal to initial velocity plus final velocity by 2. Arithmetic mean of initial velocity and final velocity. But let us say in the question they did not mention these two things, and if they talked about displacement, then this becomes the formula. If we know the total displacement made by the body, then average velocity formula will be total displacement by total time taken. Right? This is the second formula for calculating average velocity. Let us see the differences between speed and velocity. So here are the differences between speed and velocity. First we start with the statements or the definitions of speed and velocity. Distance traveled by a body in unit time. Given by this formula, we know this distance by time. Similarly, velocity, displacement made by the body in unit time. Velocity is equal to displacement by time. Right? Speed, it is a scalar quantity, and velocity is a vector quantity because velocity mentions direction. Right? It is always positive. The speed is always positive. It can never be 0 or negative. Okay, it can never be 0 or negative, because once a body starts traveling, okay, once a body starts moving, then the distance never can be 0, and then during the traveling time cannot be 0. So speed will be always positive. That's very clear. It can never be positive or negative. But when it comes to velocity, it can be positive, negative or 0. Why? Because velocity is depending on displacement. We all know displacement can be 0, displacement can be negative. Okay, and the direction of velocity depends on direction of displacement. Okay, that means, for example, let us say body started at point A, okay, and it went to some distance, point B, and then let us say it turned back to the same point. Now we know that there is no displacement because the initial point and the final point are same. So there is no displacement. Displacement is 0. Then in that case, velocity becomes 0. If let us say this body further moves in this direction and it ends at point C, then now the displacement is negative. If displacement is negative, velocity will be always negative. Okay. So velocity can be positive, it can be negative, it can be 0. So these are the differences between speed and velocity. Right.